Welcome to The Good Life. Thank you for stopping by. I am Patrick Harney. And before I get into the episode, first I would like to say thank you to all of you who watch, subscribe, share, like, everything. And just so you know, you can watch this on YouTube and you can listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Buzzsprout. Check it all out, And I did notice that on the YouTube channel, 75% of the views that I get are from non-subscribers. So help your boy out, just hit subscribe. That's all you got to do. And if you want to keep up on the episodes that I'm putting out, make sure to hit the notification button when you do subscribe on YouTube or any of the other podcasts. So it'll let you know that a new podcast is coming out. So on today's episode, normally I would talk with filmmakers, or I have been talking with filmmakers or whatever, but not today. No. I'm talking with a fellow podcaster. He goes by the name of Anthony Anthem Williams. He's the host of Anthem's Arena that you can listen to on Spotify and basically every major platform that you can think of. I've known him for a few years, and he's just a great guy, and he's just really fun to talk to. So let's dive in. Anthony.
Yo.
Anthem, Mr. AKA.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up, dude? How are you?
Man, I am good, man. Trying to live on this beautiful day. It's a little cold out here, though. Not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna be camping indoors. Because good God Almighty, it is way too cold. I stepped outside to grab a package from Amazon, and it's -7 degrees out here in Missouri. Oh. And I was like, sweet cream on an ice cream sandwich. Why? Why?
Well, it's snowing right now here in Michigan. I mean, it's like, yeah, it's snowing. These snowflakes are like the size of golf balls.
The Midwest show.
So you know what I woke up to this morning?
What'd you wake up to?
I've been having this battle with a mouse. In my cupboards.
Mouse hunt, huh?
So yesterday, wake up, come downstairs, and open up the cupboard, or my wife had opened up the cupboard, and there is mouse droppings and dried urine on the cupboard. And there's this pancake mix bag that had gotten chewed up and started, they just started eating out of it. So I'm thinking, okay, great. Like, got a mouse. Perfect. I was wondering when that was going to happen. And it happened, right? So I go get a mouse trap. Well, put some peanut butter on it, clear out the cupboard, and I leave it there. Come back today. Mouse droppings everywhere in there again.
Mm-hmm.
It got the peanut butter before it snapped. I don't know how this thing got out so quick. I put a lot of peanut butter on there too, because I was like, I'm trying to let this thing feast so it'll stick around, right? And then snap.
You might have to get that decom, man.
He's playing games with me.
You might have to get that decom, man. You got to get them poison pellets or something.
Well, so what I did was I put the peanut butter closer to the spring,
mm-hmm.
and I reset the trap because I know where he's coming in. There's a little gap behind the cupboard, and that's where he's coming into the cupboards, like in between the wall and the edge of the cupboard. So I'm hoping that, I'll be sleeping or something. I just hear a snap. I'll be like, gotcha. But so that's what I woke up to.
Nothing like your local field mouse trying to get warm for the winter.
I know.
Get warm off your food.
Well, it's funny. Go ahead.
Like, let me put it like this. Okay, growing up in my grandma's house, right? Like, for the first 3 years of us being in Missouri, I remember one specific winter, there was like 12 of them that went down. 12.
12?
12.
They must have nested.
Like, seriously, they must have nested because, like, my grandpa was putting down, he put down 3 boxes of decons, okay? 3 boxes. All them motherfuckers got ate. So it wouldn't be even surprising anymore. Like, first time I saw a dead mouse, I'm like, oh, whoa, what's that? Next, it was just like, oh, there's another one. There's another one. There's another one. Jeez Louise, how many are there?
Just looks like just genocide of mice.
It literally looked like genocide of mice. I mean, I'm seeing ribs poking out and all types of. I'm just like, I'm like, man,
jeez,
how long has this one been here?
They start feeding off each other or something, man.
I don't know, man. It was getting bad. I mean, heck, even the dog was catching some of the mice. I was like, you're a cocker spaniel. I'd be like, what are you eating on? A mouse.
And you just see the tail hanging out of its mouth.
She's sitting there eating it. It was like the most eerie thing, just like everywhere, just like, damn. I was like, I thought roaches were bad, but what the fuck was up with the
dude? Roaches. I mean, I don't have roaches, but I remember when I worked at Michigan State, on campus there, I worked the second shift, so I was 5:30 to 1 in the morning. I was on the lighting crew, and I mean the buildings there are old, and so the amount of roaches that were in some of those buildings, I remember finding one that I saw one crawl out, and then I saw like 5 more crawl out behind it, and I was like, okay, no, goodbye.
Yep.
And you can't step on them because you can bring, like, their eggs are like super durable, and if you get it on your shoe and you bring it home or something, it'll go in your car, and they'll still hatch, and they'll just be in your house.
I know, it's so freaking messed up. Like, like growing up in my grandma's house, like they had a roach problem, and so it was like, oh man, they be getting up in the microwave and shit. Oh yeah, like getting into the number, like they be getting into all this type of shit. I was trying to make some instant rice in the damn microwave, right? I don't know how this motherfucker got in and just kind of crawled up on the ceiling. Just like, is it the last 10 seconds? I'm just like, just 10 seconds. Don't fucking fall in. Ding! Flat, right into my fucking rice. Fuck the whole thing. I also made it through the shit right into the freaking. I was just I was gonna eat that. That was the last thing of the. That was the last of the room. Grandpa cousin, what's wrong with you? Freaking roach. Oh yeah, that shit's happening to me too. Gotta be quicker than the roach.
Yes, you do. You got to be quicker than it. So, what'd you think of the Super Bowl?
I'm upset.
I figured you would be. I figured you would be.
Them calls were bullshit. I'm just gonna say that right now. I want to give Brady the only credit I think he did. He gave the biggest FU to freaking Belichick.
That was
true. Cool with him.
That is true. Yeah.
He basically, because Belichick was talking about, oh, you need me, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, fuck you, I'm Tom Brady. Watch this. Got Gronk and all that. I was just like, you know what? Like, yeah, let me show you how we win Super Bowls.
Also, Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
I forgot he was on the team.
I ain't gonna lie, they outclassed us, man. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's a lot of plays we could have did better on. Like, Pat was already working with an injured toe. He was getting sacked.
He was running all over the place.
Like, seriously, he was doing more run. He was more conditioned than our other players.
That line could not give him help.
I'm not gonna lie, they had better conditioning.
Yeah.
That's another reason why they kicked our behinds.
Yeah.
They had better conditioning. They pretty much saw through all our plays too.
Yeah.
Really, because they were blocking our main guys. Their defense was just impeccable.
It was crazy because I thought that Kansas City would have more weapons than Tampa Bay.
I was kind of questioning if we were going to win that game, but I didn't think it was going to be by such a margin. Yeah. I mean, that was a rough game. And to be quite honest, I mean, maybe we needed to lose that game because there needed to be a teaching moment for all the players. Like, because we can get to that level, but I'm not going to lie. With this season, I realized we're not at a level where we need to be at. Like
Mm-hmm.
last year when we won, there wasn't really a team that was really, in the headspace of, really trying to grab the brass ring. And now that I see, a motivated team like Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they were motivated, one, because Tom Brady has something to prove, and then two, like Tampa wanted to be on the damn map. Like they were like focused on, okay, we're gonna win this. We're taking this to the Super Bowl, and it's gonna be in our damn home field advantage.
Yeah.
Like there was motivation behind it. Everybody was really trying to push. Breeze was trying to push to be a better team with the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
But you look at everybody this year, it was more motivating because this was bigger than the pandemic. This was the year everybody was really trying to get it, so it was a more competitive year than last year.
Yeah, for sure. And I think too that I think it's good that I think it'll be good for Patrick Mahomes
Yeah,
because he hasn't really lost.
no,
You know what I mean? And so to go to the biggest stage, I mean, I know he's already won one, he's already won MVPs, but before and stuff like that, but to go to the biggest stage and like hit it, like fall that hard, I think that'll be a really good motivating thing for him. I hope he looks at that as kind of like all right, I'm not doing this again. I refuse.
Yeah, like it worked for Brady. Brady got his ass whooped by the same team twice,
Yeah.
and he still came back. Like I know this ain't gonna be the last Super Bowl we go to. If anything, with the team we have, as long as we don't start getting cheap on the books,
Mm-hmm.
I think we could see another Super Bowl next year. Obviously we got a good team, we got the talent, we got good coaching, but I can already tell like the way our team got their asses kicked. And I ain't gonna lie, there were some sketchy plays where I felt like that shouldn't have been called on because there was a lot of holding plays
Mm-hmm.
that I questioned. But when it comes down to it, conditioning and defense destroyed us.
Yeah.
As a team because nobody was blocking Mahomes at all. It seemed like every time he would try to get in on a play or whatever, they already knew which direction he was going, which place like everybody was supposed to be. It was like they called it every single time.
Yeah.
It was like they knew our scoreboard because we had been doing the same thing all season.
Mm-hmm.
So we weren't taking a lot of. This is also on the coaching side. There should have been more plays to call out for this situation. We were doing a lot of repetitive plays.
Yeah.
We were calling a lot of audibles. We were going just straight into let's move to the next play, move to the next play. But it was the same play. We're shotgunning it, and boom.
Well, and they couldn't establish any sort of run game at all.
None. We had no run game whatsoever.
But I also think that they gave up on that too quick.
Yeah, it was. That's what I'm saying. We kind of shot ourselves in the foot.
Yeah.
And they knew like Pat had a broken toe too, so that was only so much running he could do.
Yeah.
The fact that he was able to run as much as he did in that game
with turf toe, yeah.
Seriously, I've broken the toe. That shit hurts.
Yeah.
Okay. The last thing I want to do is freaking walk on it. I know he must have felt like he was dying. Shoot, like he just got surgery like a couple days ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I think it was back on well, it's not going to matter when this comes out, but yeah, back like I think a week ago or Monday was when he got it. What did you think of the weekend's performance about the halftime show?
Okay, that was so crazy. It was so weird, but it was just like, yeah, this is something the weekend would do. It was just so weird and vivid. It was like watching a live music video happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I enjoyed it because I like the weekend singing.
Yeah, I do too.
I think that was one of the best live performances I've actually ever seen him do. And then on top of that, he was playing some of the hits. But I ain't gonna lie, I was a little discombobulated when he went inside the structure and all the mirrors and shit.
Yeah, that was weird.
A whole bunch of him like walking. I'm just like,
that was strange.
I was like, this is some shit that he would do on drugs.
Could like send somebody into a seizure with that.
Seriously, I know somebody who had like, freaking what's the name of the disease I'm thinking of?
Epilepsy?
Epilepsy. I was like, man, I hope an epileptic ain't watching this shit right now. like seriously.
One thing I
I'm
will
like,
say though is they butchered his audio.
the audio was so fucked. Everything was good but the audio.
They
And
butchered his audio so badly. What it sounded like was it sounded like they were taking the raw sound from the camera
mhm,
rather than patching the microphone sound to the network.
yes, I mean, I'm not
So
gonna lie. It kind of made it sound like a distorted punk rock concert you would see in like a dive bar. Like instead of the Super Bowl, like
yeah.
that was the only thing kind of messed, especially when he was doing you only love me when it's half
Mm,
past five. I was like, I could hear the distortion. I'm just like, this is one of his biggest hits right here. Everybody should be feeling like they just need to grab their girlfriend and might take a break or something like that or whatever. No, I'm just like, I feel like I'm in a punk rock concert.
yeah,
Uh,
and I wonder how well he could hear himself because he went flat a lot.
I mean, yeah, because like he didn't have an earpiece.
Yeah.
That's one thing. Like usually people would get like an earpiece or something like that. Yeah, he couldn't really hear himself.
So I
So
feel
I
like
could
he was
tell
like
he was,
screaming.
yeah. Especially when he got onto the football field, you could tell like, yeah. So, and we all know he can sing.
Hmm.
It was just there were certain things I felt like were missing in the performance. Do I think it was a great performance? Hell yeah, it was like way better than when Black Eyed Peas did they shit. And nobody wants to remember that one.
No.
We were
But
still trying to
Prince,
figure out what Prince
Prince's
classic.
halftime show though, when he started doing Purple Rain and then it actually started raining. Come on.
That was awesome.
Like come on.
Prince had a good show. Hell, I'll say the Coldplay show that turned into the Beyonce show. That
Yeah,
was a
that
good
was
show.
cool. That was
Yeah, that was
cool.
just like, so oh, Coldplay was there. Wait a minute, you mean the Beyonce show? Like, oh shit, I forgot about that.
Well, it
Like,
was it was Coldplay, Beyonce, and who else? Is there
Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars? That's right. That's right. Yeah.
So Katy Perry did a show where she had the damn look like the
Oh,
Power Rangers Megazord and shit, and she's standing on top of
yeah.
the damn line and stuff.
That
I was
wasn't
like,
great.
okay.
That wasn't
But you
great.
had Missy Elliott at the Super Bowl. That was tight. Like there have been some good years of just like straight up, wow. Like,
Yeah.
okay, this is magical. Like, and then there were some years that were just like, damn, why the hell did they pick this group?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But well, they did Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, and I like Tom Petty, but at the same time, it was just like Tom Petty a little too old, man.
Yeah. It wasn't true Tom Petty. It
Like this
was
was Tom
kind of
Petty back in back in the day or something like that. Maybe the Wild Wilderberries or some shit.
yeah.
Come out and everybody's being badass and young or whatever. Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But we're getting Tom Petty like this is kind of more for the old folks, not for the new generation. So that's one of the reasons why I was super hyped when they did, okay, we're gonna do something a little bit old school, a little new school when they did Shakira and Jennifer Lopez last year. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, like I know a lot of husbands got to sleep on the couch that evening. I was like, man, I gotta go get a moist towel. I need to wipe my face. Like the perspiration.
I'm sweating.
Just like I'm gonna need to take 5 after this.
So question, have you watched WandaVision?
I have not yet.
Oh, dude.
Everybody is telling me it's a shit. I
It's
need to
so
get Disney
good.
Plus. I'm being cheap right now, but I do need to get Disney Plus. There's a lot of shit I need to watch on Disney Plus.
Oh man, it's so good,
Everybody's
dude.
telling me it's so good. It's like you need to watch The Mandalorian, okay? You also need to
Yes.
watch WandaVision, okay? I'm like, and I'm just like, there's 50 million shows that I already got to look up. Like I got Hulu, I already got freaking Netflix.
But
I
dude,
got
I'm telling
Amazon Prime.
you, man. Drop one of those and get Disney Plus. So much better. So much
I
better.
mean, hell, what I could do is just do the thing where it's like $14.99 to get Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN Plus. Well, at least I can watch MMA. The ESPN
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
But yeah, dude, it's so good. It's cool because they take like, each episode, they play it as if it's like a sitcom, but it's a different decade of a sitcom. So like they
That's
started,
crazy.
so like they started off with like the 50s. Then the next
I love
episode's the
Lucy
60s.
stuff or something.
And then and then they go to, and it's in black and white. And then they go to the 60s, and then they go to the 70s and the 80s and the 90s. And now they're more like early 2000s. Like it's really, really cool. Um, and they even have like intros, like the intro for the show is very much in that style also.
That's sick.
Um, yeah, it's pretty sweet. Um, so hey, so what made you start podcasting?
All right, so the reason why I started podcasting is because I was thinking of my dreams, and it all started when I watched the Step Brothers, and I realized I wanted some Bolton hoes. And okay, that's not really the reason. But all right, the real reason why I started podcasting is because, man, at that time of my life, man, I didn't know what I wanted to do with myself.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know what I was living for. Like, not on some like depressing shit, it was just more of, I'm walking this journey and I still haven't found that oyster, that Moby Dick in my life. Like I'm looking and searching for something that is, gonna make me feel whole, that's gonna make me feel like this is the reason to feel alive.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I know it's like, okay, dude, it's a podcast, it ain't gonna be that deep, but still like just finding an answer to do something, different. Because I'm a person that gets bored easily. I don't like to just have a routine situation, like repeating the same thing. Like, for instance, I don't want to repeat eating the same breakfast. Sometimes I want cereal. Sometimes I want to make a breakfast sandwich, that type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm one of those people. Like, I got to switch it up every once in a while, or else I become dull, or I become, just, I say frustrated. I get anxious. So then I'm sitting there and listening to a couple podcasts. And this is when I was really getting into podcasting around this time. This is like a couple years ago. And, I'm listening to Tiger Belly with Bobby Lee, to Joe Rogan Experience, to Horrible Decisions and Brilliant Idiots and all this kind of stuff. So I'm thinking to myself, like, I can talk for an hour or plus. Um, I mean, my brother was doing it with me for a hot minute. And, we were just thinking, this is actually kind of fun. And I slowly was like, okay, I'm gonna start investing in myself. So I invested in a little bit of equipment, a little bit of money, and next thing you know, like here I am a couple years later. Is it easy? No. Am I slowly gaining some responses? Yeah. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, yeah, I got 1 million followers or some shit like that. Even in 2 years now,
It takes time to
but
build.
I'm building, man. It's just like how can I say it? Am I a millionaire off of the shit? Am I Joe Rogan? No. But I can say one thing. I enjoy doing it. It's fun. It it gives me some purpose. Especially doing it once a week. It gives me something to look forward to because I can speak to people like yourself. I can speak about stories or recalling a situation that I may not have remembered right then and there until like boom, somebody had said something. I was like, oh shoot, I remember this time. Da, 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 da. Like it's storytelling. It's being able to show myself in a compelling light and being able to just kind of just be myself and show other people who I am.
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons why I would say what got me into podcasting was just the level of conversation, just having fun with it
Yeah.
and enjoying it.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, it's one of those things where, like I don't do this to try and make a bunch of money or anything like that. I mean, that'd be sweet if one day I could, but I do it to be able to talk to people, to be able to talk about to interesting people and learn more about their story and be able to I guess kind of expand my network of people because I love engaging with people. And, I'm one of those people that with the whole 2020 COVID thing, that was a real damper because I'm a very social person.
Yeah.
For people who are more introverted and, like to keep to themselves, it wasn't that much different for them probably, but I'm not like that, so I just love it to be able to talk with people and get to know their story a little bit better. So is it a different feeling being a guest on somebody else's show rather than hosting the episode for you?
I ain't gonna lie, like I've done a few of these appearances now, like I've done a handful of appearances. I've been on different shows, and I don't know, I find it fun because now I don't got to ask the questions. I can just answer. It's simple. Like I'm sitting there coming up with questions as we're going, or making a come with a topic because I don't have anything scripted in mind.
Mm-hmm.
So like for me, it's kind of like, okay, we kind of just bounce off of each other from the beginning.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask how you doing, and see what's going on in your life, and then next thing you know, we're having a back and forth about a certain topic. Maybe we're talking about food. Maybe we're talking about some of the attractions of what made you become a podcast. Something like that. It's just like it's something organic.
Mm-hmm.
So, and plus, me being a person that likes to have conversations, it excites me to see what is going to happen.
Yeah.
On somebody's show. I've had people ask me some of the most wildest questions. It's like, and I've had people ask me, just some basic, biography stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always fun for me.
Yeah, man. Totally unrelated, but did you hear what, and it's funny, I don't know why I'm so excited about this because I haven't couldn't tell you the last time I had McDonald's, but maybe it's been a few months, and before that it was like a couple years. But did you see that they're bringing back the orange high C?
They are?
Yeah.
Yes.
They're bringing it back. Due to popular demand, they said. I'm not sure exactly when. It might already be out, but I saw something that they had put up. They said, "We heard you. We listened. We're bringing it back."
Oh my gosh, yes. I'm sorry.
That was my drink, man, when I go there.
I mean, seriously, that drink is such a real thirst quencher. Like when you sitting there, you eating your food, you eating the fries, you get super thirsty.
Mm-hmm.
It's just something about that orange sweet nectar.
Yes.
As it flows down from the beginning, as you swallow it, it goes all the way down, and you just feel it just kind of give you that wonderful chilling feeling of refreshing.
Just coat your gut.
It's just like
with sugar.
Just like, yes, oh yes, Lord. I'm having an experience. Hallelujah. This is totally gonna give me diabetes, but at the same time, is it worth it? Yes.
Oh, dude, yeah, man, it's so good. And I'm one of those guys that okay, tell me this.
Mm-hmm.
When you go somewhere to get a drink, whether it's at a restaurant, fast food joint, wherever,
mm-hmm.
when you get a drink, are you ice or no ice?
I gotta have a little bit of ice in mine. I ain't gonna sit here and lie.
Do you?
Yeah, I need a little bit of ice, just enough to keep it cold, but not an excessive amount. Like I've been to some place like we got Sonics out here, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't tell them light on the damn ice, that whole thing, you're getting like a snow globe of damn ice, just like boom, and then you get about this much to drink. Like, I hate that shit. Give me just a little bit, just like just sprinkle a few cubes in there.
See, I'm always a no ice guy. Ooh, ooh, my voice cut out. I'm always a no ice guy, and I'll tell you why. Because when it comes out of the fountain, it's already cold.
True.
Because the ice is also in the machine. So at that point, I'm maximizing the amount of drink that I can get because of the no ice, and it's still cold. And usually, like, I'll drink it fast enough that it doesn't get warm.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. I feel like I want to enjoy my drink. So if it's just a little bit of ice where it's like cold enough to give me brain freeze or some shit, like I don't drink it so fast.
Yeah.
Because if I'm thirsty, I'm gonna drink that motherfucker like. That's why, like, I gotta have a little bit of ice in there. Just be like, all right, cool. You refreshed. Take a couple sips. All right, you're good to go. Like, if I do that, like, seriously, that thing is gone. It's just.
Can I have a refill? I haven't even left the table yet. I know, but
I
can I
haven't
have a
left the
refill?
damn drive-through. It's like, yo, can I get a refill of this real quick? I just handed you. I was thirsty. I'm sorry. I'm fat.
It'll take 2 seconds.
I'm sorry. I had a fat moment with the drink. I'm sorry. You put it near my mouth. It's probably going to be gone. You know what? I just realized the phrasing on that one. Let's go ahead and switch that now.
Yeah.
In the words of Archer, phrasing. So, anyway,
and actually, McDonald's used to have because I don't drink soda. I don't like carbonation. And so they used to also have Powerade, and the Powerade there, like no, I don't know what it is, but the drinks there are always a little different.
This is it. That's usually one of my go-tos. Like if I'm not in because here's the thing: if I'm gonna drink soda, I'm going cola. But most of the time, I try to go with the alternative of something non-carbonation, like some Powerade or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is, but like it seems like fast food restaurants have it. It's more sweeter.
I think they put more syrup in because it mixes. But I mean, when it comes out, the syrup comes out and the water comes out, and they mix as they go into the cup.
Right.
So I think they put a little bit more syrup in, which is so much better for you.
Yeah, because like for instance, like you go to Sonic, right?
Mm-hmm.
It tastes different than the one at McDonald's. It's just like it's thicker and it's like okay. First of all, Powerade should not taste like candy. It's supposed to be a health drink for when you're supposed to go perform and do shit. No, this shit like they're making slushies and stuff like that out of it. I'm like, this is not a healthy Powerade. This is diabetic Powerade. This is how you end up being, a paraplegic or you got a lost foot because of the fact you drank so much of this.
But also at that point, it's like if you're going to that place, don't try to be healthy. You know what I mean? Like if I'm going to McDonald's, I'm already making the decision to not be healthy. So you might as well just dive into it. You know what I mean?
I mean, true.
I don't know. That's probably really bad advice.
I mean, to be quite honest, though, like fast food is not healthy. I mean, hell, going out to eat is not really healthy at all. Like, for instance, you go to some freaking Applebee's or something like that, right? There is so much damn salt in a 2 for $20. It's so terrible for you. But is it fucking delicious? I mean, hell yeah. I mean, hell, I'll be fucking on some pasta. Is it the greatest pasta in the world? No, because they don't salt their pasta. But hell, it's 2 for $20. You're trying to get out of the house. You don't feel like cooking. You with your girl. Boom,
treat
2 for
yourself
20.
a little bit, you know?
Like, for instance, you want to go to Olive Garden. Olive Garden don't salt their pasta either. But at the same time, you're trying to get out of the house. You're looking for a little bit of ambiance to have a nice little, hey, this is not a high grade day. We're not going to a 5-star restaurant, but hey, they got some candles and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
We can look each other in the eyes. I can wear that sweater you bought me. It's ugly as hell. And
it's a very specific situation. Did this happen to you or what?
Yes, it did. So it's like I got some nice pants on. You got a nice little dress on.
And I remember I was wearing my new Nikes and
you know what I'm saying? Like, I put on some chinos or some shit. Like
those socks with the sharks on them.
Actually, no, it was actually an apple tree. But the fact but the fact is, like, okay, that's what we're doing here. But I mean, when it comes down to it, eating out in general is really not really supposed to be good for you. But at the same time, it's one of those things where it's just like, hey, it's a perfect opportunity to throw my life away just for at least a good hour and a half. Get some food that I enjoy.
It's depressing. Throw my life away for an hour and a half.
We're gonna shed a couple hours or a couple years off of your life, and we're just gonna get just food wasted.
I don't know what place you're going to that sheds years off of your life when you eat it, but you need to stop going there, man.
Okay, first of all, there are some places that are like that, and you know the places I'm talking about. Them Greasy Spoon, you already know there's grease all over the fucking
Oh, dude,
wall.
Five Guys.
Exactly.
Mm.
Five Guys will shed about 5 years off of your life, right there.
Just from the fries.
Just the fries itself, and don't have peanut allergies, you just die.
Dude, it's so good. Oh my gosh, they're Cajun fries, man.
Oh,
And when you order the fries and they just dump scoops in the bag after they put the cup of fries in there already for you.
okay. I made a mistake ordering
Glorious.
large once. I fucked
Oh,
myself up doing that.
you got a large fry?
I got a large fry. I didn't know because that was my first time. Okay,
Whoa.
and I
But you
was
learned.
like, they keep coming. It won't stop coming.
They're
Where's my
following
burger?
you. They're following you outside, still dumping it in the bag, dumping more and more into the bag.
I had to literally go like 6 leagues under the sea just to get my burger out of the bag of fries. And don't forget there was the damn nuts too, because my delivery driver got me nuts. So I got nuts and fries trying to dig in, trying to find this burger.
Like in a trash bag full of fries.
And I got the full cheeseburger. I got the regular cheeseburger.
Oh yeah.
I'm thinking to myself, damn, maybe I should have got the little one. And I got all the damn toppings on it, including the A1 sauce. I'm just like, why'd I do this to myself? Like, I really hate myself right now.
It's your first time. You didn't know.
Oh yeah, I didn't make that shit mistake again.
See, exactly. You know, you got it. And you know, and they probably figured. They're like, oh, this guy's ordering a large. He's never been here before. Let's show him what's up.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, they showed me what's up. And on top of that, I don't know what it was, but for some reason I kept on smelling Cajun seasoning for the next 2 damn days.
Oh, but it's so good.
It was like it was coming out of my pores, man.
Glory. You know how they say you have like the meat sweats? Well, you had the fry sweats.
Oh man, like because man, when that Cajun, like them Cajun seasonings, man, they'll hit you, man.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, it's like, well, at least I smell delicious, even though I showered. I didn't put on cologne. I still smell like I just came out of Cajun Fest in New Orleans. What the hell's wrong with me? Just like, we're gonna put a little bit of salt, we're gonna put a little bit of this on this baby, and then on top of that, we're gonna put a little bit of this mixed with the roux, and you're gonna be feeling real good right about now. Give you some of that Cajun spice, baby.
My brother-in-law, soon to be brother-in-law, makes maybe I'm second guessing what it is. No. It's he makes a Caribbean jerk chicken. I think that's what it is. But oh my goodness, it is good. Like so good. And I don't know why, but that's what made me think of it. What you were just saying. I don't understand why, but anyhow.
I love some good Caribbean food though, so I ain't gonna sit here and hate.
Mm-hmm. It's good, like, man.
In the 6 months in Florida, I ate a lot of Caribbean food.
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh man, I was just in Jacksonville, man. I can only imagine what it would have been like. I would just went straight to Miami. But man, like I'm talking about, bro, I was eating Puerto Rican food. That was amazing. It was like in this little market in it was like in this little market on one of the main roads.
Mm-hmm.
It was like they had the grocery store, then they had the food place. And I'm talking about just like they had like some, beef platters and fried pork and all this kind of stuff. Just make you want to do the mambo.
Mm-hmm.
Like just so good. Had the beans and rice with it on the side too. You get and then on top of that, you get like one of the, the shipment like sodas, where they had the real sugar and stuff in it.
Oh yeah.
Go with it.
They use like cane sugar.
Oh my gosh, they use real sugar, real cane sugar. And you think to yourself, yeah, this is literally liquid crack right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to a Cuban place, had a Cubana, and then I tried the Cuban coffee for the first time in my life. I'm gonna let you know right now that liquid sludge is so dangerous. I was like, you know what? Who needs cocaine? Who needs to do hard drugs that are going to keep you up at night? No, just drink Cuban coffee. That's how you're going to stay up until 3 a.m.
Cuban coffee.
I'm telling you, bro. Like, it was only like, okay, it was like in a little shot glass, okay? I was like, man, it's probably going to be that bad. I'm thinking, they just serve it like, the Italians do, little espresso or something like that, just to be cute.
Mm-hmm. Lit you up.
Man, I'm talking about boom, 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 boom.
Starts beating out of your chest.
Like I felt like a freaking Cuban band was playing in my freaking body, man. I was just like, "Tuck it up." I'm like,
you're like, what is happening?
Dude, freaking pupils dilate and stuff. I'm sitting there. I'm driving freaking Lyft and everything.
Just rocking back and forth.
I'm sitting there driving Lyft and everything, and I'm playing like, man, it put me in this mode. Next thing you know, I'm listening to like Linkin Park and shit like that while driving people around. I'm just like, it's like, you feel all right? You want to play some other music? It's like, no, you're fine. I'm like, I want to make sure I get you there in no time. It's going to take me about 5 minutes. But
like, it's a 25-minute drive. Not anymore.
I mean, I got some good tips that day, but I'll tell you what, man, I was moving. I was just like, oh, I ain't gonna lie. That night, I actually had to smoke a little weed to go to bed. I was like, hey, like, you know what, sis, you got a little something. She's like, here. I'm just like, I don't even smoke like that, but I was like, oh, you want to talk about a crash, too. I woke up the next morning at like 11 o'clock. I'm like, that damn Cuban coffee. Never again.
Never again. Not today, Satan.
Like, nope. I was feeling like freaking Jason Statham and Crank. Hell to the no. I was like, he should have drank some of that at the beginning of the movie. That would have saved him.
That would have saved him.
That would have jump-started his heart and everything. Like, he would have been cool. Like, it's like, I'm not Jason Statham. But why do I feel like Jason Statham? I want to fight somebody.
Just roundhouse kick somebody. So just kind of switching over here now, because I think this kind of goes into what you were talking about before. But so how does positivity play a role in your life?
It plays an important role in my life, man. Because when it comes down to it, if your circle ain't positive, man, you in the wrong circle.
Yeah.
You want somebody that's going to make you feel motivated, just like you're trying to motivate yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in some circles where it's been like, why am I here? Like, what's the purpose of this? Yeah. We ain't trying to help each other, advance in life. And we're too busy hating on people that are making advances in their life. What am I doing standing in this group that doesn't really do anything for me? Mm-hmm. I feel like positivity is what manifests things. It makes things more of a possibility.
That's good.
Because if I keep on going in life like I'm never going to be successful. I'm never going to do this. I'm never going to do that. So a man thinking, so a man does. My mom has always spoke that to me. It's a biblical note too. So it's just like that's something I've always followed. Is so a man thinking. So I'm like, okay, I feel like a shitheel. So a man thinking, so a man does. Mm-hmm. Or you know what? I feel like I'm dope. One day I'm going to make it. I'm going to be successful. So a man thinking, so a man does.
Yeah. Words are very powerful, man. And
it's very powerful. You can speak a lot of things into existence you didn't even know.
Yeah. You could talk yourself into being sick.
Talk yourself into being sick. You talk yourself into almost being dead.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what you say to yourself, what you say to others is such a powerful thing. So keeping in the mind state of positivity to me is so important. And also, surrounding myself in positivity.
Yeah.
Because, if I'm with a person who gets down with just, knocking people over when they're already falling or whatever, instead of picking them back up, that's not the person I want to be around. Because what are you going to do to me if I go down and get below my luck? Like, are you going to be there for me? You know, when I crash, because when it comes down to it, real homies will help you fix the damages.
Yeah. Yep. And you know what's interesting is, you know, so for example, last night I went to my nephew's basketball game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I showed up, and somebody had told me that due to COVID, they weren't doing any entry fees to get into the game. It's like, all right, great. Well, apparently that was only for the first game.
Oh.
So I show up, and the way that they do it is each player gets two people that they can put their names down to come to the game right now because of COVID and everything. So I show up, I check in, say my name, and they said, okay, that, you know, well, that'll be $5. Well, being an idiot, I should have known to get cash out anyway, right? I like, come on, I grew up in sports and all that stuff. You always need cash around that stuff.
Right.
So I was walking outside. I was like, all right, I'll be back. I walked outside to go leave to, I was going to run to an ATM.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was in a part of town it was in a town that I was not familiar with. And there was a lady that was walking by me, and I had asked her, I said, you know, excuse me, ma'am, could you point me in the direction of an ATM or a bank? And she said, yeah, you know, it'll be just, you know, about a half mile down the road past the light. And I said, okay. And she said, well, do you need money to get in the game? And I said, no, I'm okay. I'm just going to run and get some. And she goes, well, no, like, don't leave here. Let me give you cash for it. I said, no. It's okay. I was an idiot. I didn't bring any cash. It's fine. And there was somebody else that was walking by that knew her. And she goes, she's a nice lady. Just let her do it. And I said, well, ma'am, really, it's okay. And she goes, nope, here, take it and go into the game and enjoy the game. So the admission fee is $5. Well, she handed me a $10 bill. So I looked at it. I said, well, would you please at least just wait a second and I can run in and I'll get your change and I'll bring it back out to you. And she said, nope, go ahead and enjoy the game. And I was like, man, nobody does that sort of thing anymore. So when I got to the table, I asked the ladies there, I said, you know, hey, I kind of told them what happened. And I said, would you just, you know, keep the change and give it to the next person? Just make sure they're covered. Cause I didn't feel right keeping her change. You know what I mean? But just like, so, I mean, she had no idea who I was. I had no idea who she was. I mean, you know, I didn't know her name or nothing. She was just being kind and, you know, and I feel like you don't see much of that anymore. And it's a very small gesture, but it was a big gesture at the same time. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. It just kind of helped me keep my faith in humanity. You know what I mean?
Oh, you want to know something funny? Same thing happened to me during like the Christmas season. It was like a week before Christmas, and I was just going to McDonald's to grab quick breakfast before I went to work. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I realized that I had grabbed the wrong card going in, and so I was getting ready to have to go back to my house. And then I realized, oh wait a minute, it's in my coat pocket. Never mind. So I had to go back around. As I'm going around, I'm in the drive-thru, you know, getting ready to reorder my food or whatever. This lady pulls up, it's like, hey. I was like, what's going on? Like, well, what's up? It's like, hey, check. So like, she's like, hey. I'm like, oh, something wrong? I look around, okay, my car's cool. She was like, no, I wanted to give you this. It's like, what? She gave me $10. She was like, this is for your breakfast. Merry Christmas. And she drove off. And I'm just like,
oh, man.
I was just like, wait a minute. What the hell just happened?
That's really sweet.
Yeah, it was just random, bro.
Yeah.
Like, so I know what you're talking about. Just like a random lady, just like
random acts of kindness, man.
That's what I'm talking about.
They go a long way, and I think we need more of that.
We do, man. I mean, I remember a story back in the day, man. I was working at a phone company. I'm not gonna say the name, but that company sucked. Let's just say, when it came to, you know, being in the running, they didn't have much of a sprint.
The eye roll that came with that.
and I was working.
So it was T-Mobile, right?
So pretty much. Anyways,
okay. All right.
yeah, well, now it's T-Mobile.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. AT&T and T-Mobile are together, right? Or is Sprint also with them? Anyway, it doesn't matter.
No, T-Mobile's made everybody their bitch.
Pretty much, yeah. Except for
Yeah.
Verizon. Verizon's still pushing, still kicking hard.
I
Anyhow,
don't know why.
you were saying?
Expensive. Anyway, so I go across the street. I go to Chipotle, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just sitting there. I'm minding my own business. I'm kind of in my head because I was having a rough day that day. I got some bad news earlier that morning. So I'm just kind of keeping to myself. And all of a sudden, this couple starts talking to me. I'm just like, I'm all right. Just having one of those days, whatever. But, I'm just trying to be positive, try to see it through. And we just get in conversation. And, he's ordering his food. I'm ordering my food. And we're still talking. Blah, 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 blah. And he's like, hey, do me a favor. Have a good rest of your day. I was like, you know what? You do the same, man. Thank you. I actually need to have a nice conversation with somebody. Put me in a better mood.
Mm-hmm.
So I go to the register. Dude, I'm paid for my food, right? I was like, okay. There was a lady right next to me. She was solo. I paid for her food.
Mm.
And she was like, wait a minute, huh? And then, so, she paid for somebody else's food. And this went on for like 10 people.
That's cool. That's awesome.
It was like the coolest shit ever. It was just like, when people pay for each other's food, and it just out of just like some paying it forward, like random acts of kindness, one random act of kindness made other people want to be kind and everything. It was
there was actually,
powerful thing.
And I talked about this on one of my earlier episodes, but back in December, the beginning of December, and was it Minnesota or Wisconsin? It was a fast food place. I don't know. Was it a White Castle or something like that? Where they had that same thing in the drive-through.
Wow.
Where people kept paying for the next person's food, and it went on for 300 cars.
Dang, man. That's
Straight.
a lot of White Castle.
It's a lot of White Castle, yeah. But 300 cars straight for 3 days.
3 days?
Yep.
Wow.
It lasted 3 days. Isn't that cool, though?
That is cool. I feel bad for the workers, though, because I know that'd be a lot of damn burgers they had to make. But
Yeah.
Good grief, that's awesome.
Yeah. And it's stuff like that I think we need more of. But, well, hey, so before I end every show, I always have this segment called The Goods, and they're just kind of rapid fire questions just to kind of pick your brain and, get your viewpoint on these questions. So,
as a note, I want to go to White Castle so bad now, but at the same time, it's 2 hours away, and I'm not driving 2 hours away in the middle of the cold. Anyways, back to what you said.
Yeah, not for White Castle. Okay. I shouldn't say that because I've never had White Castle. But
you never had White Castle? You don't got a White Castle in Michigan?
Not that I know of, or at least not by me. I don't think.
Well, all right, you got to go to Illinois for that.
Yeah.
Make that a goal. Go to Illinois.
Go to Illinois just for White Castle.
I'm telling you, get a credit case, you'll be set for life. Make sure you get cheese on them.
Yeah, you gotta get cheese. You have to get cheese. All right, so the goods. Numero uno. What is your favorite movie of all time?
How High? With Method Man and Redman.
Okay.
Reason why the screenplay was written by Danny DeVito. I'm a fan of Danny DeVito's work. On top of that, Method Man and Redman are one of my 2 top 5s. So I love them as rappers. Method Man's a dope actor as well. Redman's funny as all giddy up. And on top of that, it was just a classic stoner plus, college movie. In the early 2000s, it wasn't, about political correctness and nothing like that. It was just raw, funny movie.
Yeah.
Just a lot of random stuff. It was great. It was a nice, classic take on hey, we're going to bring these 2 guys from the hood who smoke a ton of weed. One of those like a freaking drug dealer and the other one's, a hustler or whatever. And they smoke this weed and then a dead homie appears and helps them get high scores on the SATs. it was just some funny ass shit. It was just yo, this is dope. So I love that movie.
All right. What is your favorite type of food? Between, you know, 'cause, you know, there's like Italian, there's Cajun, there's
It's between like Italian and Asian cuisine. It's
okay.
like those are my two like top because I love pasta, but I also love rice.
Mm,
So it's just like I get a mixture of that. So you can put me in a room with some good, you know, bolognese spaghetti or something like that. But at the same time, I could also go for some good pot stickers and some Peking duck or something like that. Like I love the different flavors that both kind of just bring out. And of course, I'm a soul food dude too because that's what I grew up with. But I love good seasonings and spices. So
yes.
Southeast Asian cuisine, like pho or chicken adobo from the Philippines, or just so many different things that just you can taste. You can just taste the different styles just in the spices they use. Like in India or something like that, the spices are like phenomenal. Like so many multi different facets
Hmm.
of curry and coriander and just and then with Italian foods the same thing. You got the pizza, and I'm not talking about American pizza. I'm talking like an old school style of margarita pizza.
Like
You know,
Neapolitan
Neapolitan,
style.
Neapolitan. Of course, I love gelato too, and they got good coffees and different shapes and size of pasta. Some of it's just made with olive oil and a few seasonings, and then there's some with different sauces to the Alfredo to the original ragu. And I'm not talking about the pot like in the gum in the jar. I'm
Yeah.
just I could just go on about
I
the
was gonna
shit.
say, man, I'm getting hungry now. I shouldn't ask that question. I'm like starving now.
I mean, I'm a fan of food, so like for me, just I love I love how many different things you can come up with and just those cultures alone. I'm not even talking about
Yeah.
like everything else that I've tried to like Cajun food's the same way. It's got that French, but it's also got that Southern flair to it. It's
Hmm.
combined with two cultures to make a hybrid of flavor that it's out of this world. And you can get in a certain region of America. And then of course, I'm a barbecue man too, because I'm from Kansas City. So
Yes, yes, and we talked about barbecue on your show too.
you know what I'm saying?
Um,
So I could be like that all day, man. Talking about good food and whew,
yeah, man.
yes.
I've been getting big into seafood.
Okay, I love
I've
seafood.
been getting big into seafood, crab legs, lobster, scallops,
Oysters. I love that shit, man.
oysters. Yeah, yeah, man, it's good. So who's your favorite musician of all time? Of all time,
Whew.
I know
All
that's
right, I'm gonna
tough.
say my rap top five is gonna be Tupac, Eminem, Method Man, Redman, Tech Nine. Those are my
Mm,
top rappers.
okay,
Top singers, I'm gonna say Luther Vandross. I'm gonna say, hmm, who will say Luther Vandross? I probably had to say Marvin Gaye.
mm,
I'm gonna have to say Chester from Linkin Park.
yeah,
I'm gonna have to say Amy Lee from Evanescence. And for the fifth one, ooh, the lead singer of the Cranberries, I can't remember her name. It's
I
freaking
can't either.
bother. But lead singer from the
Okay,
Cranberries. So like I like different sounds. So like, whether it's like more of a rocky sound or it's more of an opera or different types of like so. And I also even had to say Chris Calico, so I had to put number 6 in there. Chris Calico has an amazing voice and he works with Tech Nine. So I like different sounds. It isn't just like a certain genre when it comes to singers.
yeah,
I just like good singers
you should
that make
check
a
out
difference.
you should check out John Bellion if you haven't already.
I have not.
John Bellion, dude, his stuff. Oh my gosh, man. The pockets that he finds for his beat. I mean, because I mean he produces the majority of all of his music himself, and he's a big collaborator now in terms of different musicians for to come and play guitar or string string set come in, and but the grittiness in some of his stuff is just I think you'll like it.
You just made me think of something, and ooh, I might have to check that out.
Yeah, he's good, man. So finally, the last question is, what are some methods that you've adopted or you use to try and keep yourself centered and keep yourself grounded?
Um, I've really gotten into aromatherapy recently. Like, I've been using a little diffuser or whatever,
Yeah.
doing some meditation and stuff. I feel like that's one of the things that keeps you centered is just, trying to work on breathing exercises and stuff like that. It's good for your mental health. And on top of that, ain't nothing like the smell of eucalyptus in the morning, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Get you feeling refreshed.
Yes.
Get a little bit of eucalyptus, a little bit of lavender in there to kind of give you that relaxation mode.
Get some peppermint too. Peppermint's nice.
Peppermint, oh my gosh, yes.
Citrus.
I do actually have some citrus. I've been trying out the different smells and seeing what works, what makes me feel good when I'm going to sleep, things of that nature. I'm not gonna lie, it's been magic to get a diffuser. So to anybody out there that is looking for a little bit of aromatic therapy, something to really relax and soothe your soul, definitely get yourself a diffuser. They got them from $15 and up on Amazon. I'm not even sponsored by anybody in Amazon, but at the same time, I'm telling you, man, get you a diffuser. That'll probably be the best money you've ever spent.
Try mixing lavender and peppermint before you go to bed. Put that in.
I did that last night, actually.
Oh, dude, knocks me out, man.
Man, I'm talking about, man. I was like, man, I didn't want to get out of bed this morning. But I got that message from you. I was like, oh yeah, I do got that today. And then then my freaking calendar went off. I was just like, so oh yeah, I gotta get up now. So I ain't gonna be able to get up. I'm gonna be sitting there like falling asleep during your podcast. You were like, this is the first right here. He's snoring on the microphone and stuff.
Well, I appreciate you making it, man. I appreciate you getting out of bed and making it here,
I ain't gonna lie, man. I did that one podcast. I ain't gonna lie. I was snoring. Oh, man. And they didn't edit it out either. I was just like, I hate you guys.
No.
I was like, man, I didn't get to bed until 3, man. I was editing. It's like, well, we got that on tape. I'm like, I hate you guys.
So speaking of podcasts, tell everybody about your podcast real quick before we get out of here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here's the thing. My podcast is called Anthem's Arena. That's hosted by myself. Anthem's Arena, ANTHEM 'S Arena. You can find me on pretty much any platform that has podcasts for your listening and viewing. Of course, I'm on YouTube too under Anthem's Arena as well. And yeah, man, find me on social media. You can find me on Twitter. I'll be on Twitter most of the time because I'm on wrestling Twitter because I'm a pro wrestling fan. So you'll probably be seeing me talking shit about different things like, okay, yo, check out this right here. Hey, yo, why do you body slam him like that? It's like, man, his ancestors felt that. I'll be talking shit. But yes, check me out on Twitter if you're a wrestling fan too. That's the best way to holler at me too because I'll be on wrestling Twitter. Let's see here. Instagram. Sometimes, I might post a thirst trap on there, show a little bit of ass. No, I'm just playing. I'm not gonna really show any ass. But no, you can find me on Instagram at Anthem's Arena or under Anthony Anthem as well. And then check out the Facebook. And you know what? Check out the podcast. Oh yeah. Also, if you're into reading stuff, I just started writing articles on Vocal and Medium. And you can find that under Anthem's Arena as well. Check out a little bit about me, get to know me and my personal life, and me kind of just, finding clarity through these writings. So that's a little bit about me. Now back to you.
All right. Sweet. Check it out, everybody. I was going to say a little something, but now I don't need to. I mean, you just gave the whole spiel. Well, hey, man, I really appreciate you coming on, and I appreciate you being here, and it was great to talk with you again, and I hope to do it again. And
bro, I had fun, seriously.
Yeah, man. All right. All right, and that concludes this episode of The Good Life. Thank you to Anthony for coming on board, and thank you for watching and listening and making it this far. Really appreciate it. And stay tuned for next week's I can't even talk anymore. But stay tuned for next week's episode. Thank you, and have a good week.